Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on Tricky Maths Part 19. Two dice are rolled and they come to rest with 5 sides on each die visible to an observer. If the 10 visible sides add up to 31, what is the product of the two sides which cannot be seen? So here's one die, and here's another die. When you take the two of them together, we refer to them as dice. So we can see those 3 sides, and if we just walk around or turn over, we can see that. And if we just walk around, we'll be able to see that side there. Or you just rotate the die around. But you can't lift it because the side underneath here we cannot see. That remains invisible. The same here. We can see those 3. We can see that on that side. We can see the one on that side, but you cannot see the one underneath. The aim of the exercise is to find what each of these two numbers are, multiply them together to get the answer. Now you can pause this slide now if you wish to give you time to do the answer. However, I'm going to go on to the next slide to go through the working. The mathematical way of answering this question is as follows. On one die, which is singular of dice, we have the numbers from 1 to 6. These 6 numbers add up to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. That gives us 21. So the numbers on 2 dice add up to 42. 21 plus 21 gives us 42. So that's a very important piece of information. If the 10 visible sides add up to 31, then the other 2 sides must add up to 11, because 31 plus 11, that gives us our 42. The only 2 numbers that can add up to 11 are 5 and 6. Okay, because that's the largest number on a die. That's the next largest. So they're the only 2 which will add up to 11. So they are the 2 numbers, 5 and 6, on the bottom that we can't see. So, the product of the 2 numbers that cannot be seen is 5 times 6, and that gives us 30, so we've answered the question. Now, we'll go on to the next slide where we can see another way of answering the question. However, you have to know how dice are constructed to be able to answer this question. But that is a perfectly acceptable way, because that's the mathematical way of doing it. If you have a knowledge about the structure of dice, you will know that the numbers on the 2 opposite sides add up to 7. For example, there's the side which has the number 2 on it. The one underneath which we cannot see must be 5, because 5 plus 2 is 7. That's how dice are constructed. That bottom number must be 6, because 6 plus 1 gives us 7. So when we know that little rule, we can see that 5 times 6 is 30. And that's another way of answering the question, but you need to know how dice are constructed to do it that way. So I hope you've enjoyed that little problem. It's quite an interesting one.